Okay, we're going to have to put a spacer in between the next couple frames. Got some decent build out on new comb. Lots of propolis, which I'm not going to clean up today. I'm just doing a quick check. We got a little angry girl here. She's trying to tell me I don't belong here. Little capped honey there. It's like some pollen down below. But for the most part, this new comb. Throw a little smoke down in here. Just kind of calm them down just a little bit. For the most part, not much cross combing, just a little. Oh yeah, we got some honey there, nectar. Pollen, mostly honey. Let's flip it over the other way. Get a shot like this. Honey there. Honey there. I forgot to bring a container out here to carry off burr comb. So next best thing. See what we got here. I do have a bucket I can use. Put it upside down all winter. Some more honey, a lot of nectar. Some brood in there. That's fine. I'll try not to leave this out too long. No, that's not brood. It's actually pollen. Lots of it. And some honey. About a third of the way through here, and I'll tell you, they are busy. I don't think she's actually geared up, or she has. The brood hasn't hatched yet. Numbers coming and going are reasonable, not swarm material, so more honey, lots of pollen. See the honey on that side too. The girls are just working it. No swarm cells yet. They're super procedurals. Not getting into any brood yet. Trying not to make any big pop noises. The girls are busy working. They'll probably get stung, but some old honey. Lots of nectar, pollen. I'm making bee bread, so still no queen yet. No brood. Pollen, honey, bee bread. These guys are just hanging out. I'm getting toward the entrances here now, so we'll get more action as we get deeper in here. Closest to the camera will probably have most of the brood. It is the east end of the hive. More honey, lots of nectar, bee bread. No queen as of yet. She's close, I can smell her. And more pollen, honey. Old swarm cell that I never took off. See, it's down on that corner there. Queen cup, whatever you want to call it. Okay, I'm going to have to, a little smoke here, so I'm starting to get into them. Yeah, and I'm not using the veil the right way, but lots of pollen coming in for the girls. I'm watching them come in the entrance. Now that my hand's over top of the entrance, I'm probably going to get nailed, so. More honey, pollen, nectar, bee bread. It's going to be about 80 today, so they're really going to be going like gangbusters. Still no brood, but like I said, the east end, they're going to be over there. Oh, girl working on some propolis here. I'll have to come back and get this. There's quite a bed here. I don't mind girls that want to lay down propolis. I'd rather have propolis than other things. Okay, look in here. A little festooning going off the bottom there. I'm not seeing a queen yet. Little girl reminding me that I'm messing with her home. Probably gonna get tagged here shortly. Should have worn my glasses, but that's alright. It's not that hard to find. Still no brood. Lots of pollen. Lots of nectar, which is good. Glad to see that coming in. They're definitely working today. Slow, deliberate movements. Works out for the best for everybody involved. No bumping or banging. I've got a shim in between here, a little spacer. So more than likely there's bridge comb here. Find out here in a minute. Yeah, I see you. I'm sorry. You go back and couple little puffs. No big fast movements. I'm going to leave the spacer on here. Put my hand slowly across here. Let's see what we got going on here. Still lots of pollen. Some nectar. So I guess we're getting closer to the brood frame. Still no brood. Bee bread, pollen, nectar. I don't see any capped honey. So, okay, I'll put you back in there. You know, if you're going to get stung, they'll bounce off you. Just don't jerk. A little festooning going on there. Lots of pollen. Some nectar. No capped honey. Bridge comb there. I'm not seeing any youngsters. There's some baby bees in here. They still have hairs all over their face. So at least we know we have some recent hatches. Looking good. Still no brood. Nectar and pollen. We've got about 12 more frames to go. These are going to be the heavy ones. I need a spacer down here too. Okay, she's a little angry. She don't like the smoker. Let's try to lay one on it. So, slow, deliberate movements. Yeah, I got some drone comb here. regular brood and some drone together. And this was drone comb from last year. I left it in there. So I'm not seeing the queen. Let's drip a little nectar out here. The girl's trying to clean it up before I button this up. Okay, I think we're getting right into the brood now. I might have to smoke just a little bit. Definitely don't like the smoke. Good pattern. Lots of cat brood. Honey and pollen in between. Nectar above. Nectar in between. Doing pretty good. Still, I don't see a queen. She could be under this piece of comb here too. Yeah, I don't see the entourage. Everybody's busy working. Lots of waggle dance going on. Next time I'm going to tuck it on the inside of me. So now I'm buttoning, need another stick there too. Oh, they behaved this year. Lots of in and outs. Good laying pattern. She's gotta be close. You can definitely smell her. Keep getting a whiff of her. Sounds like she's doing good. Lots of pollen, nectar, brood. cathedral sill, so maybe she is a little weak, which is fine. You know, there's good stock around here. See the super cell? Halfway down on the edge, a little bit less than halfway down, maybe a third of the way down from the top. It's open all the way through, but there's a second compartment behind it, which I doubt will add to anything. It looks like mostly royal jelly in there. So I take that back. I would say that's probably a cup that they started. And I got a little feisty girl here. I gotta give them a little puff. They go down. They'll come back out though. You just gotta be slow about it. Oh, good tight laying pattern. Got some honey in there. See, I'm mostly pollen. Take that back. Well, it is. That's brood. There's one chewing its way out right now. About in the center there, in the open area. There's one chewing its way out. So there's quite a bit of brood. And they're covering this up now. Maybe just a little chilly, but they keep covering up the one that's hatching out of here. So I'm gonna go ahead and put her back down in there. I don't want her to get chilled and die. So for the most part, anytime you come across cross comb, bridge comb, and you want to stop it, you can either use a shim or take the shim out of that area. You may have violated bee space, so the easiest thing to do is just reverse what you have or add to it to try to correct it. You'll get into issues with thickness of comb for brood, for drone, for honey. I'm really not seeing the queen, but I'm just basically checking to make sure that we have some brood down in there, uncapped, in the upper area. They're probably maybe 7 days. So we know she's working. And the girls are pretty good. I mean, maybe a couple feisty ones, but you know, they're going to be there no matter what. And I'd rather have them kind of feisty than just lethargic. Okay, now we're getting into fresh comb. Now we got some drone comb here. We got some regular. We got some honey, a lot of nectar, pollen. And I don't care if they use drone comb for storing honey. It's looking good. Looking good. And they're not racing on here, so I could really care less if I'm in here or not. I doubt she's down this far, but you know, I have been moving frames around, so they may have moved her down just to keep me from getting to her real quick, which is fine. Which is fine. Honey. Nectar. Lots of pollen. Now let's flip this around this way. Oh, there's the queen. And she's new. She's a dark one. She's at the top of the frame here, toward my fingers, down at the bottom. And she's not marked. But she's big. She's a big girl. I'll move my hand back over. Let's see if she'll calm down and go back to laying. So I have to mark her. Don't think I want to make her a 2012 queen, but I can. It doesn't matter. She looks nice. Big abdomen. Whoa. Okay, well, we're getting pretty close to the end here. That could have been catastrophic. So I'm going to leave that frame pretty much alone. And we found the queen. I will separate a couple of these. Just move them to the sides and back. Everybody's looking good. Didn't see any varroa, but you know, I'm really not looking for it. I can't open up the bottom board, clean that off. It kind of makes a mess when you do that. Lots of comb all the way down. So I would say they've got yeah, see this last piece of comb, the last plank, there's nothing on it. So here's what I'm going to say. I'm going to button it back up and leave them alone. Come back in maybe a week. Sit down and go through the hive. I think like I stressed this frame just a little too much. Whoopsies. Hopefully the frame will be okay. I can shore it back up. And I would say, yeah, I got a little angry girl here just checking me out. It's okay. It's okay, I see you. And we're going to move all the frames. See, that was a little rough. A little head to tail action here. So they're looking for it. I think she thinks she sees it. I'll let her turn around. And I'll just keep moving frames. So we have a nice dark queen. So more than likely she was here in fall of 2001. So I'm going to have to think about if I want a marker for 2012, and if I do, I'll have to come back here and I'll have to start on this end and work backward. I'm getting bounced off in the back here, so we're going to have to make a decision. Smoke, no smoke. Try not to crush any. Inevitably, you're going to crush a few. So we'll keep moving here. I'm not running any followers in here right now. I could clamp this down a little bit and start another colony on the back end here. But I think what's going to end up happening, hopefully these guys aren't going to swarm. If they do, well, we just go from there. Yeah. Okay, well, there was one I just smashed. It's not good. But so far, I think I wanted to add a board here, sideways. You got your choice. Either you can stand them up or lay them down. Got lots of propolis on me. Some crazy bugs out here today. Hopefully this comes out good and not out of focus. I could be like out of focus cell phone guy out of China. Everything he shoots is out of focus. I think it's done to keep people from guessing what he's got or who he is. Some of the girls get it, some of them don't. The ones that don't get it, okay. So honestly, everybody's looking good. So far, no swarm cells, no supersedurals. I'm sweating like a stuck pig out here. I don't like using a veil, but it has been roughly 5 months since I've been in here.